Okay, so today I want to discuss intermittent fasting and type 1 diabetes. Okay, so what is type 1? Type 1 is a situation where the pancreas stops making insulin. The cells of the pancreas are pretty much not working anymore, so there's no insulin there. So what's going to happen, there's nothing to push the blood sugars down, so you're going to get high sugar. Okay, so the person has to take insulin to lower the blood sugar. And because eating triggers insulin, if you don't eat and you fast and you're still taking your insulin, same amount, you can end up with low blood sugars, hypoglycemia, which could be dangerous. But my thought is, well, why not just cut down the amount of insulin you're taking? Get with your doctor, reduce the amount of insulin. Because both high sugar and high insulin is very dangerous to the eyes, to the brain, to the nerves, to the heart. Okay? So the goal would be to take the least amount of insulin possible. So by not eating so frequently, I think it would be very, very smart for a diabetic, type 1 and type 2 especially, because you're going to decrease the need for insulin. You're going to therefore not have to deal with the complications that occur with excess amount of insulin. And the other concern is with when someone's fasting on Ramadan, that would be considered dangerous. But there's a study, I'm going to put it down below, that shows that it's perfectly safe and in fact very healthy for a person to do, as long as they're adjusting their medication accordingly, so they're not taking too much insulin to end up with a hypoglycemic reaction. And then you have something called ketoacidosis, which is a complication of type 1 diabetes, where the pH becomes so acidic it can become dangerous. But if you monitor that, it's not going to be a problem. And especially if you're doing intermittent fasting with a lot of vegetables, which are alkaline, that should easily counter that situation. And by the way, if you're not a type 1 diabetes and you do healthy ketosis, you're never going to experience ketoacidosis. It's impossible. That's usually always going to occur with a type 1, and it's not as common as people think. And another thing that I want to talk about is stem cell therapy. I think this is going to be the way of the future. Stem cell therapy can actually help you regrow certain body tissues. You can regrow the islets of Langerhans, the beta cells of the pancreas. So I think it has a great future. And lastly, I want to mention there's really primarily 3 companies in America that produce 99% of all the insulin, and most of that is GMO. So you may want to consider finding an alternative source, something that's non-GMO, and see if that helps your blood sugars. Okay? But it's personally, if I was a type 1, I would definitely search that out. All right, thanks for watching. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, press subscribe and I will definitely keep you updated.